One of the most common types of questions that students of SAT usually struggle with is the questions about linking words or transition words. You don't need to worry about these types of questions. There is a technique that if you follow well, you will be able to deal with these questions like an expert. Let's learn how. This is an example of a question dealing with transition words. As you can see here, the test maker is asking you to pick the right word that fits between the two sentences. Which word do you think fits better than the others? In order for you to pick the right answer, you need to understand the relationship between the two sentences well. Did I just mention the word relationship? I guess I did. There are mainly three types of relationships between sentences, and we may categorize them into three different categories: continual, reversal, cause and effect. A continual relationship is when you start saying something in one sentence and in the following sentence you say the same thing or almost the same thing about the same person or the same thing. I mean, when you start describing someone in the first sentence and in the second sentence you go on describing the same person but on a different level. Or if you mention some bad thing about someone or something in the first sentence and in the following sentence you keep going on with the same negative ideas. This is what I mean by continual relationship. For example, when you say computer games are getting cheaper, and in the second sentence you say their quality is improving. As you can see here, this sentence is giving you a positive idea about computer games, and the sentence here is giving another positive idea about computer games. So the relationship between these two sentences is continual, because what you started here, you continue here. An appropriate linking word or a transition word in this case would be and, furthermore, moreover, or any other word that logically fits between the two sentences. How about this one? Robert is a friendly guy. He doesn't have many friends. Logically, when a person is friendly, we expect him to have many friends. But what we read here is opposite to what we expected, contradictory to what we expected. So the relationship between the two sentences here is reversal. In which case we should use words like however, but, nevertheless, nonetheless, or any other word that fits logically between the two sentences. So the sentence should read, Robert is a friendly guy, however, he doesn't have many friends. A third type of relationship between sentences which is very common is what we call cause and effect. Robert got upset. He left the meeting. Why did Robert leave the meeting? He got upset. We have an action here that happened because of this action. If this action didn't happen, this action wouldn't happen. And this is what I mean by cause and effect. A proper word to use here as a linking word or a transition word would be so, for this reason, as a result, consequently, subsequently, so that the sentence would read, Robert got upset, so he left the meeting. Now we have mentioned the three most common relationships between sentences and the linking words or the transition words that you should use with each relationship. By using the same technique, you can deal with any question. If you have a sentence that gives an example on a sentence, use for example. For instance, if you have a sentence that rephrases or reassures or emphasizes another sentence, use indeed, in fact, in other words, in particular. In order to help you prepare well for these types of questions, I have prepared you the most common linking words or transition words you need to know very well in order to be able to deal with any kind of questions dealing with transitions. Check this out. And now it's your turn again. I want you to read the following three sentences and pick the one that logically and correctly uses a linking word. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.